Hello and welcome to another episode of the FTM's Guide, and today we are talking about hysterectomy, the importance of getting a hysterectomy. Do you need to get a hysterectomy? The types of methods to get a hysterectomy and the cost, potential scarring, and whatnot. Now, what is a hysterectomy? It is taking out your ovaries and or your uterus. You can opt to have a full hysterectomy, or you can just get your ovaries taken out. Now, a lot of trans men who do this, a lot of trans men do end up taking their ovaries out sometimes along the timeline of them actually during their transition. And there are reasons why you should take it out, but potentially you can still leave it in if you want to. But I'm going to explain why you should take it out in the long run. Now, what your ovaries, your uterus, it produces the female hormone estrogen. That is one of the main contributors of making estrogen. And what happens when you actually take testosterone, because your body's main hormones are estrogen. So when you actually end up taking a lot of testosterone, it's not good for your ovaries, because your level of estrogen actually decreases. But then I'm not sure the full science of this, but I just know that somewhere along the lines it's not healthy for your ovaries if you have too much testosterone, and you can actually end up getting ovarian cancer. So if you do if you do want to keep your ovaries, your uterus, which is still completely and possible and it's fine, just make sure that you get tested, really go to your I forgot the name of the doctor that takes care of that, but really, go to your doctor, really get tested, really have your yearly checkups, because that is very important, just to make sure that you don't develop any type of cancer. But like I said, it is completely possible to keep it in. Now, for the guys who opt to take it out, one, it just concludes the risk of having cancer, ovarian cancer. And another thing with it is that if you do end up having to have a situation where you have to be off of testosterone for a long time, you're not going to get your period back. Most likely a lot of the symptoms or the effects of getting off testosterone, you won't really get as bad as if you still had ovaries, because when you do have ovaries, if you get off of testosterone, which I have a video about that, a lot of the features, a lot of the female appearance-wise, female function will come back. So that eliminates the risk of that. And another thing is that it's one of the prerequisites in some countries. For example, here in Thailand, you need to take your ovaries out in order to go for second stage surgery, which is bottom surgery, any type of bottom surgery. It could be metotioplasty or phalloplasty. You need to take your ovaries out here. Now, what is the cost and the different methods of having a hysterectomy? Now, there are 3 methods which I know of, which is here also available in Thailand, and they all vary in cost just because of the type of procedure. Now, the most common procedure, or the most inexpensive procedure, is the traditional one, where they cut a line on your pelvic area and they pull it out. They cut it out and pull it out. But it's called the TAHBSO method. I don't remember what it stands for, but the biggest cons about this area is it takes longer healing time because it's quite invasive. They actually cut, it's like C-section, they cut the bottom of your pelvic area just to take out your ovaries, and there is a scarring. There's a line scarring down there. Now, another method is the microscopic method, where they use the the microscopic needles which they put in. Now, that is significantly more expensive than the previous method, but the thing is, there's less scarring, so you only have 2 little indentations of holes in the scarring, and the recovery time is much less. And now the last procedure which I know of, which is the most expensive procedure, but it has the least recovery time and it has no scarring, is the oophorectomy, or the vaginal method, where they actually go inside your vaginal canal, snip, pull it out, and there's no scarring whatsoever because it is inside it's inside your, So that is the most expensive method, but with the least recovery time. So you're gonna 2 to 3 days, you're gonna be quite sore, but then you're gonna be up and running in no time. Now, I had that method. I have no scarring because I did that method, but it is very pricey on your wallet. So I hope this video helped. It's a short one, but it's just a guide to hysterectomy, what you should expect, why you should do it or why you should not do it, and that's completely up to you. So I hope you like this video, and if you do, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you're new for more content like this, and I will see you in the next one.